Welcome to the Fellowship of the Script, the podcast where we dive deep into the craft, struggles, and stories of filmmaking. I'm your host, Eric Bowder.
And I'm your other host, Ben Escobar. And my room is empty, very sadly. I'm moving, and on Thursday this week, we're filming this on a Monday. I'll be in my new place full time, and we'll have a new background. But this is a sad sight to see. I've never seen this camera angle so dead before, and it's like...
It's not that bad.
Okay.
So today we're going to be doing a news roundup of some interesting stories that hit the industry. We're going to talk about Taylor Sheridan's industry-shifting deal with Universal, to the worst October box office in 27 years. So we got a lot to cover. But before we get into why we chose this topic, if you're watching on Spotify, please follow us so you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Helps our podcast get recommended to new people, so we would really appreciate it.
And feel free to leave a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts as well.
Yeah. We would also appreciate that.
Or wherever the hell you're watching, you should leave a review. Sorry.
Ben, you want to kick us off here talking about this crazy Universal deal?
Yeah, so Taylor Sheridan, we'll talk about him a few times today, actually. Yeah. But Taylor Sheridan, as we know, is like one of the, I think, what's his name? David Ellison said he is a perfect creative, or he never misses. And he famously had this deal with Paramount for a long time, doing Yellowstone, doing all the spin-offs of Yellowstone. And he's kind of this like behemoth of modern Western and then also just middle America appealing kind of movies. And I don't mean that in a bad way. They're very engaging. They're great. And his stuff always makes money because it's very American rooted and very classic feeling in a good way. But anyway, he just signed this massive multi-year deal with Universal. This is primarily for feature filmmaking. And his really? Okay.
Yeah. So his feature film deal, I believe, ends with Paramount in 2026, although they weren't really doing features with him. But the TV deal that he has ends in 2028, so it would officially start in 2029. And they are saying that this is like over $1 billion, this deal. So wouldn't that make it like one of the biggest deals ever? Like a
Probably
single person? Like, well, it's him and his partner who owns like the 101 Studios or whatever it's called.
Who's his partner?
I think it's like David Gleason or something like that. Like I'm probably getting either the first or the last name wrong, but I'm close, I think. But he, I guess he's moving over next year because I guess his part of the deal with Paramount ends this year. So it's already going to be shifting over, you know. And he's got Taylor Sheridan has so many shows that are still like going on. There's multiple Yellowstone spinoffs. Landman is a huge hit, and that second season's coming out, I think, starting again at the end of this month. He's got Tulsa King, which Sylvester Stallone like co-writes with somebody. Mayor of Kingstown's on its 4th season. Lioness, that's a great show. That's like that is probably the closest thing to Call of Duty that he's made.
He did Lioness as well. I didn't know.
Yeah, dude, wow. He's right. Like this guy comes out with like a season of television like every 2 or 3 months. It's crazy. Nobody like, and apparently he's not a big fan of writers' rooms either. So he's writing a lot of this himself.
Interesting.
Yeah,
a lot of those bigger showrunner types, like Craig Mazin as well, doesn't like writers' rooms, does it all himself.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I agree with that model very much. It is a little bit too much power sometimes, but
yeah,
looks like it's working out for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a slippery slope, right? Because it probably saves money by not having a writer's room, but then having one person with all the power means that they can ask for essentially as much money as they want every time, you know? So it's going to be interesting. I mean, details aren't public, but you know, Universal is they are trying to do something because they just said that Peacock lost like $217 million in the last like 3 months. So I can see why they're, trying to make a move here. But I mean, this is proving that studios aren't just buying projects anymore. They're literally buying filmmakers with their own built-in, audience and following and style and all of that. So interesting. This guy's basically his own studio.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing when you become that kind of guy. Chris Nolan is also his own studio, and everything they touch turns to gold, and they can just do whatever the hell they want. And you could be a author who just wrote a mystery modern western type of book, I guess, or story that Taylor Sheridan would write. And if Taylor Sheridan was at the airport and saw your book and decided to read it on the plane and enjoys it and wants to do it, like, he has the power
Nothing
to change your
stopping him.
life right
Yeah.
there, and everyone will know it and watch it. It's with great power comes great responsibility, as I always say. But cool stuff, man. I think if this says anything, it should be inspiring for some people. If you ever kind of want that power, $1 billion, and unlimited creative control, like, build up your brand and try for it. I mean, that doesn't just come out of thin air. That doesn't come from nothing. So
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more stuff like this in the future. Somebody just kind of rises to the top, because they're just hitting so many bullseyes. But I mean, yeah, I think there's something for filmmakers to learn from that. It's gonna be interesting to see, all these different shakeups that are happening. I mean, Paramount is gonna have to do something, right? Because they're gonna eventually, when this deal runs out, they're gonna have to figure out what to do because it seems like most of their content is Taylor Sheridan.
exactly. But maybe
Ugh.
not for a bad thing, because people who work with him and partner with him will also be in the like of that. Um, his writing partner, I think, on a few movies, Peter Berg, who is partnering with him on Call of Duty,
Yeah, our
which we're
next
going to talk about
topic.
next. Yeah. Um, it's cool to be able to pass on the torch and say, like, I am a person that's at least worked with Taylor. Um, and you look at Hell or High Water, like, David Mackenzie directed that, but and I think he wrote it alongside Taylor, maybe, but or maybe he didn't. I'm not sure about that. But regardless, like, it's part of that brand. Like, you kind of rub shoulders, and it's a torch that I think that gets shared. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Call of Duty news when you saw Taylor was attached to that? Where were you? What was your thoughts?
Well, to me, it felt like odd timing because Paramount's the one doing it. They're trying to make this a franchise, obviously, and so we get this news that Taylor's leaving, and then they announce that he's writing a Call of Duty movie that Peter Berg is going to direct. So,
Yeah,
great choices, I gotta say. I mean, they're good. It is confirmed. I think it's confirmed. Either that, or it's heavily implied that it's going to be set modern day, which I think is the right move, especially for them. You
for
know,
sure.
they're so good at writing like modern, grounded military stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think Peter Berg is a great director. I saw him on Joe Rogan and listened to him talk about American Primeval, and I mean, he was very passionate about the stories he tells. So, yeah, I think it's really cool. It's been a development hell for a long time. I mean, they've been talking about making a Call of Duty movie for like 10 years now, I feel like. And
I know.
oddly enough, I think it may be too, I don't want to say too late, but I think this would have been something better to do like 5 years ago. Call of Duty is not exactly the most praised franchise anymore.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting what this will do, and I think the right move for sure when you're doing a Call of Duty movie is you have to. It's in the name, Call of Duty. It is something that is honorable to the country. It's about, like, the Call of Duty, and it's not, you know, wall. It's not slide canceling the movie. It's not wall running the movie. It's not like
I I
jetpacks and
I
stuff.
envision it being like Sicario, like something similar to that.
And that is
But
objectively exciting. I think that's only a good thing. And it'll be interesting to see how, like, the movie adaptation could potentially save the game franchise, because it'll have to piggyback off of whatever seriousness and, like, honorable warness I think that'll have. But
If
yeah,
they're smart, I think Activision would release a modern Call of Duty alongside it. That would be the smart thing to do. I mean, I think fans want something gritty that's boots on the ground, and very just grounded. That's what I want. I mean, I started to believe that this might never happen with how long they kind of went back and forth about making a film. But I mean, if this works, this could be another, you know, huge video game hit. I mean, Call of Duty is one of the most popular gaming franchises ever. So yeah, and I mean, military community they turn out for stuff like this. I mean, I think Peter Berg did Lone Survivor, and I was working at the movies when that came out, and I remember all the military guys going to see that. You know, but
that'll be really cool. I mean, I'm rooting for it, man. I'd love to see a good Call of Duty movie. I felt like Warfare was kind of that. It was like, why do we need a Call of Duty or a Battlefield movie? This is it, really. But you know,
I disagree. I think Warfare was
really,
definitely more. It was more about the PTSD realism, shell shock aspect of being in a situation like that where you're like pinned down. Whereas I think Call of Duty, people want something that's, an action movie. They want something that feels like, Modern Warfare 2, where they're like on freaking jet skis in the snow and
yeah,
shooting at people like, um,
good point.
the last act of Inception, where they're like in the snow and all
Oh
of that.
yeah,
That's what comes to mind. That felt like Call of Duty to me when it came out. But yeah,
dude, I
I'm just
love Inception.
excited. Oh, dude, it's so good. I've been putting off rewatching that one just because it's
Same.
like but maybe they'll do another re-release at some point, and I'll go see
Yeah,
it. But
it's a good
um,
IMAX if they do it.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see a video game adaptation that's not, super cartoony like Minecraft or something that I'm actually excited about. I mean, I'm excited about Zach Kreger doing a Resident Evil movie too, but
That'll be good.
I don't get excited about a lot of movie like video game adaptations, So I got high hopes for this one.
Makes sense. It's hard to be, man. I don't even know if I am either.
Yeah. Do you think they'll try to do a Battlefield movie if this is successful?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no way people aren't like talking about it this week and trying to figure out like scramble like some fucking production company head is like, what? My son is playing this Red Sec. Get the rights to Red Sec. And somebody's like, it's not
Sure,
Red
but it's
Sec,
not
it's
Red Sec.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Which Battlefield is it? Get the right. Can we get what's the cheapest one? 1943?
2042?
Yeah, yeah. How do we?
What was the name of the like extraction game in that one in 2042?
Hazard Zone.
Yeah, well, make a Hazard Zone movie.
Do they care about Hazard Zone anymore? Come on, I'm just
some interns like, sir, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Yes. I mean, it's truly that is the reality of a lot of these places. It's just you never meet your heroes, man. It's just,
Who are you? You don't work here anymore.
yeah. If the next words out of your mouth are not Red Sec, you're fucking fired. I'm sorry. Oh God.
It's too late.
They
Go
probably
see if
will.
Taylor Sheridan's hiring.
Oh God.
Anyways, I'm ready to move on. If you are.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Quick ad break. If you're enjoying the show, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Show us some support. Follow us on social media. I go by at Danny Dorito 23 and at Derek J Bowder.
I go by at Real Ben Escobar or at Genie Boy Games. I forgot.
You forgot your own name.
Yeah.
Join our
Real.
Discord. It's free. We talk about filmmaking. We network. We do special giveaways. We shoot the shit. Come join our Discord. Everybody is welcome. Just don't start drama or just be weird and like say weird things to people, and we'll be fine. We've had people be like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and somebody's like, "That's weird. What are you doing that for?" And it's like, come on.
Yeah, be nice.
Yeah, be
We're
nice
all
to
friends.
people. Treat each other with respect. Uh, and then if you want to go above and beyond and support us, we have a Patreon, the Fellowship of the Script Patreon, where it's only $1 and up to join. We're doing our exclusive Patreon hangout this Saturday for dollar members and up. We literally just, hang out and talk about movies and whatever else is going on in each other's lives. And then we have a film fellowship next Saturday, which is a little more serious, where we talk about, the projects we're working on. We bounce ideas. We, just share experiences and stuff and help each other grow as filmmakers. And there's also producer opportunities, special giveaways through the Patreon that you can't get anywhere else. I give away a tub of G Fuel, both US only and an international giveaway. Should I tease what I'm giving? No, I'm not going to tease it. The good flavors though, good flavors. Um, and yeah, we would really appreciate the support. Also, don't forget to use G Fuel code Danny D for 20% off at
Yeah.
gfuel.com. It is the best energy drink on the planet. I literally have a wall behind me. I got the new Dream Demon 2.0, which is for people who don't know what I'm talking about. G Fuel just kind of like did a rebranding where they updated their logo, updated their formula. No more chalkiness. It's great, and I was really surprised. I didn't think I was gonna like Dream Demon, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street flavor they brought back for Halloween. I wasn't a fan of the original one because it was like too tart, not very sweet. This one is delicious. I was very
Cool.
surprised. So
Very
they
cool.
they just keep improving everything. So get you some G Fuel, feel those late night filmmaking sessions or homework sessions, whatever it is you're doing. It's great stuff. It's clean. None of that filler nonsense. And I mean, I'm addicted to caffeine, so I drink it every day. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for everybody else. I think So get you some. We got a ton of flavors. So next up, we're gonna talk about some sad news. This
Yeah, man.
October
Yeah.
that just ended was the worst October box office in 27 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I don't think that's even adjusted for inflation or anything. Like it's just across
Yeah.
the board
Yeah.
terrible.
I yeah, I just heard people saying like this would have been unheard of 10 years ago to have a Halloween box office weekend that like
Yeah,
was a failure.
there was like
Um
no horror movies.
yeah. And
Black Phone 2 and Shelby Oaks are like the only things.
right, and I think Black Phone was came out number 1, was that right? Or was it Regretting You?
I think it was number one last weekend, and then this weekend, Regretting You was number one, which is funny because they both have what's his face in them? The main guy in Black Phone 2.
Ethan Hawke?
No, not Ethan Hawke, not the grabber, the kid. Why am I forgetting his name? He's in Regretting You.
Oh, I didn't know that. The guy who's in fucking How to Train Your
It's like,
Dragon as
is
well,
it
right?
like Mason Thames or something like that?
I
Does that
don't
sound
know.
right?
I didn't see either of them. I've been
uh,
behind on my homework.
Black Phone 2 is great. But
I've heard.
anyways,
Yep.
yeah, it's this is bad, lots of factors, and not just no real horror movie releases, like
Yeah.
usually a bunch come out in October, but there just wasn't really nothing huge, nothing super big budget. Tron
Right.
Ares came out. That was probably the most expensive thing that came out, and nobody turned out for that.
But nobody likes, and but Tron has been like a historical failure supposedly like on the box office, but I saw this chart the other day. Apparently like out of like 10 or 15 of the top, I think it was the top 10 worst box office weekends in the either the history of the box office or within like a small, no, because it went back to like the 50s. The There were 4 weekends in 2025 that were the worst
Yeah,
of all time, which is insane to say. And there were movies like Novocaine, which like the top one was like 8 million. There were several movies that were the top ones were 8 million, and this weekend was one of them. I mean, it's just sad, but also like the Halloween plans this year. Maybe it was just we're just getting older, but it just felt like it was let's just stay at home and watch something on Netflix. I feel like I heard that from at least 10 people about their Halloween plans. And now
Well, like I
correlating it.
said, nothing came out, that warranted like nothing came out right before Halloween that was like, oh, we got to go see this movie on, for spooky season like that.
Right.
I mean, there was also, like the World Series coming to an end.
Oh, right, the World Series.
Yeah, and then I mean, I just I don't know. I mean, with streaming fatigue, it feels like people just they don't feel compelled to go to the movies like they used to, which we've talked about a ton, but yeah, it was just kind of the perfect
Yeah.
storm. And like you were saying, I think Regretting You was like 8.1 million and the Black Phone 2 was 8 million. So, number 1 and number
Wow.
2, but yeah. And I think this god, let me look up his name. Um Mason Thames. Yeah, that is his name. Um I think he is the youngest person to have 3 films number 1 at the box office in the same year since like or he's the youngest person ever, but he's like the last person to do it since like Jim Carrey back in like I think the 90s. So, kind of weird, you know? Yeah, just a weird situation all around, but and I didn't feel like there was a ton of marketing for a lot of the films that came out this month, you know? Tron Ares is probably the biggest thing, and nobody
It's
wanted to see
hard to
that to begin
say.
with.
It's so hard to say, man. Just the times are just dark. But I don't know. I feel like if you had a really good concept of a Halloween movie that was like a big experience, like take a Chucky movie or a night like a classic monster or classic franchise having a big like a Saw is typically the Halloween October
Yeah, that's
release.
true.
And that's what was driving apparently like from the last 10 years, like a lot of the Halloween box offices. But like
It's like
why in the
Saw and
world.
Paranormal Activity, right?
Right, yeah, so it's like why in the world are we seeing Conjuring Last Rites in that weekend? If it was wide open, where the fuck was it? Why is because it would have I think it would have done better than fucking what was it 50 or 40 something it did domestically its first weekend, especially if it was a big grand finale, the last rites. Like double down, do Halloween, I feel like. But
Yeah, well, I mean, in an age where studios are all about IP, why the hell don't we have a Nightmare on Elm Street or a Friday the
exactly.
13th or a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you
Yes.
know, or a Chucky? Like,
Yes.
and why
It,
is I mean, Scream 7, part of that's probably due to like all the controversy going on, like that led to some delays, but that's coming out the end of February. Like, why is
yeah.
that not coming out right now? You know?
Kind of a weird missed opportunity because it's rare you have Halloween on a Friday. You know,
Right?
it's like you can literally like say Halloween, like actual
Halloween
Halloween.
weekend, like,
Yeah.
you know?
I just it's such a weird, sad thing. I really hope it's a fluke because when people are so it's on the tip of our tongue to talk about what they should have done, and I know we're not alone in that. And how easily it comes out that it's like, oh yeah, where's the Nightmare on Elm Street? Where's Texas Chainsaw? Where's Chucky? Where's like all these things? I mean, fuck it, even an Annabelle movie, I think, would have done extremely well, better than the average
Yeah.
Annabelle movie does, or like The Nun, or some spin-off from Conjuring. I don't know. Um, it's just weird that Bugonia is the fucking, but which you love that I need to see, and I'm glad that
Oh,
it's great.
dude.
Um, and we
Might be
should talk about
my
that.
it, it
Yeah.
it's it's either my number 2 or my number 1. Sinners of Begonia are like my favorites
Wow.
of the year.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna see it. I'll make time this week to see it after I'm done
It
moving.
is it's a fun ride, man. And also just like so twisted and messed up at the same time, but
Good shit.
I mean,
Love that.
it definitely it begs the question. Maybe look, if look at the slate next year and if there's an opportunity for like an indie film that's poised for like a cult following, like an indie horror film to come out like Halloween weekend, you know? Like I don't when is Halloween next year? And what day is it
Be
on?
a
I'm gonna
Saturday.
look. Is it okay? Yeah. So I mean that's pretty much the second best day it could be besides Friday, you know? Um yeah, I don't know, man. Really weird and I don't know. I mean, what can Hollywood take away from that, you know, besides release a good like just release something that people want to see on
Yeah.
Halloween.
But I feel like this year especially, like there needs to be someone needs to do a chart of what was the genre of the top films this year, like the highest gross, and it's going to be so obviously skewed horror. And I feel like that was just beaten down our throats this year with like the biggest films we're talking about, the ones that are original, that are the unexpected hits. If it's not a Marvel movie, it's Weapons, it's fucking Conjuring, it's gonna be several others I'm probably forgetting right now that are horrors,
Sinners
but like,
is technically a horror movie.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
It's
Black Phone too. I'm surprised they didn't like push with marketing, like see it this Halloween, you know, like
right. I mean,
because
it
it
just
had just
passed
come out a
100.
week before. Yeah, no, it's doing great, and I think it's a really great sequel. But um, yeah, that's like you said, I hope it's a fluke.
Yeah,
You know, I wonder. Do you think maybe some of this has to do with like the slowdown in productions? You know, like maybe it caught up with us at the wrong moment. But
yeah, probably, but also just there had to have been some kind of data about like why we can't do it this weekend or something, because it's just such a
I
it's
mean, I looked at November's slate, right? Because when I'm on TikTok, I get comments all the time. Oh, what are you excited to see in November? And I did like a little video on it, and it was like Predator, Badlands, and The Running Man. Those are like the only things I'm excited about this
Mhm.
month, you know. And December's not much else either. You know, it's like Avatar and
I
um
forgot about Avatar.
Anaconda.
Oh, that'll be good. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm
That
very
one
excited
and
for that.
Marty Supreme are my
There you
two
go.
ones that I'm
But
most
still, I mean,
excited for.
like we've got 2 months left of the year, and there's like 5 movies we can think of that we're excited for.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It's interesting. I think there must have been some kind of knowledge or data that pointed to this box office. Like there was writing on the wall that this was going to be a failure of a weekend, because Shelby Oaks, I think, is exactly that. Like there was a layup.
They should
If
have
it's
done
like
Halloween.
exactly. And it's like you guys were pushing it like this was the horror defining change, whatever the fuck. And like you would have maximized your money, probably would have been double than what they did, which would have been 4 million. Had they opened Halloween, in my opinion. Maybe they had
Yeah,
data that was wrong, but
I don't know. I mean, they moved because of the Taylor Swift thing, right? Last minute,
yeah.
and they moved it to like a pretty crowded weekend. You know, um, like Begonia. Was it? Did Black Phone 2 come out the same weekend too? No, Begonia was this week, this past week, the week before. Yeah, like it felt like the 24th was very crowded. You know, with like a couple of like lukewarm movies, but
Whole
yeah,
month, yeah. And then like the Springsteen movie flopped, which was
I'm not
unexpected.
surprised. It was so depressing, man. Like it was
Really.
like the most depressing movie I've seen this year.
Mm,
Um, Good movie, but like, who is it for? You know, because fans of Springsteen, I don't think that's what they want to see.
interesting. Yeah.
um,
It's
yeah,
fun.
I don't know. It's a weird year for sure. I hope next year's better, but I guess we'll do our last story here. Ben, I think you know more about this than I do because I just don't pay attention to Star Wars. But what is this Hunt for Ben Solo thing people are talking about?
Yeah, so there was a series of articles that came out this past week where Adam Driver, offhand in an interview, had mentioned that there was a script that Steven Soderbergh had was attached to direct, and I think he actually wrote, and this was a finished script. So there's likelihood this gets leaked somewhere. It has to. That's like the inevitable next step of a Hunt for Ben Solo, which was like a spin-off of a with a new trilogy from Star Wars that was like a grounded Adam Driver led Steven Soderbergh Star Wars movie, which
Movie or series? Because I heard it was a series.
uh oh, I was under the impression it was a movie. Hold on.
So when I did research before this, it was basically saying it was supposed to fill the years between like Ben leaving Luke's academy and then joining the Knights of Ren.
Mm, it is
So it's like a prequel to the sequel films.
interesting. From what I see, it was a film. But yeah, apparently Kathleen Kennedy just called it off. She saw the thing and it was a full script. It was done and she just said no. Um, which God knows why, but like it's just another another one in the can, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. It's just people would have liked to see a Kylo Ren movie. He looks cool objectively. He's
Okay, yeah, I see. Steven
yeah.
Soderbergh, a film concepted by Adam Driver, Steven Soderbergh, and Rebecca Blunt, but rejected by Disney. Yeah, I don't know why. The AI thing that pops up when you Google search? It said it was a TV show when I was looking it up. So
Oh,
I
weird.
I, I blame the Google AI for confusing
Yeah.
me. But um, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how to feel about it because I really didn't like where they've taken Star Wars. So I could honestly care less. But I like Adam Driver. I mean, he's a veteran. He's all the interviews I've seen of him. He seems like a really good dude. But
He's good, and I think he with the right director like Soderbergh, it would have been really cool. And
yeah, I mean, a Soderbergh Star Wars project, that
yeah,
sounds new and fresh. I
yeah,
love Soderbergh.
there's like a big petition going out for it now, so maybe something will come of it. If not, it's going to get leaked or
I think for as long
something.
as Kathleen Kennedy is in charge, so that shit ain't happening. She's terrible. She should have just stayed Steven Spielberg's producer. I don't know why they put her in charge of all that stuff. She's just steered it right into the iceberg, in my opinion. You know,
Agreed.
I mean, not to be like depressing, but
No, yeah,
I
it's
loved Star Wars as a kid, and they've just ruined it, man.
of
They've
course.
ruined it.
Do you remember where you were? I feel like this is it's just such a critical like moment of our adult life and growing up was where were you on the night of the Last Jedi where you saw it for the first time, because my night of seeing that movie for the first time going home was like a just a gut punch beyond belief, like straight in the fucking stomach of it's not okay to like Star Wars anymore. It's gone. You must let it go. Grow up,
I
kid.
I remember walking out. I went with one of my Coast Guard buddies. We went and saw it at a Cinemark. There was a Cinemark I went to all the time. It was called Century Theaters there though, but
Okay.
it was weird because it had like all the popcorn boxes were Cinemark. It was like, I don't know, they just call it Cinemark. But I remember we walked out because we stood in line. Like they still had they had like a line outside. Everybody's all excited, like waiting to go in. And when we walked out, we just kind of like we're like walking back to our cars, and it's just like, I don't know if I liked that movie. And he's like,
Oh
he's like,
God.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm
Oh,
like,
the walk
where
of
are they gonna
shame.
go with it? I don't understand. Why did they like kill Snoke? Like I thought that was going somewhere,
Yeah.
And Luke was just like, I don't know. He didn't feel like Luke. It
Yeah.
just the whole thing just felt like everything Star Wars was about just kind of betrayed itself, you know? And I mean, the Rise of Skywalker is that has got to be one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen come out of a major studio. I don't know how else to put it.
I didn't even see it honestly, but I've seen the clips. I am all the Sith, and I am all the Jedi. Oh no.
The ending, everybody was shouting at the screen like, no, because somebody asks Ray what her name is, and she's like, Skywalker, and I'm like, no, you're not, bitch. No,
Yeah.
you're not. But oh man, when they said that, when the opening crawl started, and it's like, Emperor Palpatine is back, Darth Sidious is back, and and everybody in the theater's like, huh,
Mm-hmm.
what? And
Mm-hmm.
then they're like, he's back. How is this possible? We don't know.
Oh fuck, man! What a tough
I
time.
don't. What did J.J. Abrams owe money to the IRS or something? I don't get how they convinced him to do that.
I don't know. I mean, of course, it was a money thing, but he, was sort of it was he teed
He
up the new
did he
Star
make any?
Wars,
He hasn't made anything since then. He's only like produced a show, that show Duster. They got canceled after one season.
right?
Um, yeah, J.J. Abrams is like he was becoming like a household name, and then just
He's,
disappeared.
I think he's still around. He's got his fingers in a lot of pies. I think. There was like a gaming division Bad Robot was trying to start. There's a lot of different.
He was like the next Spielberg, though. I don't know like what happened. I liked the first Star Trek was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah,
Like
I think he's still got legs, but yeah, we've definitely not seen the last of him. But
I don't think
yeah, it was
so, but
tough.
I'm just like, what happened? What's he working on? You
Right.
know,
I
it's
mean, we can
weird.
just check.
Yeah,
Um,
did
Let
you
me have a
have
quick
the internet?
look at his IMDb Pro real quick.
But
Um,
it probably says that he's a producer on like 40 things.
oh right, yeah, that's actually so true. Um,
How many things is he a producer on that's in development?
Fucking 44, exactly
Oh,
what
I
you
was
said.
so on the nose, man. On the
Oh
number,
my
man. That's so
god.
funny. Ridley Scott has like, I think like 80 or 120 or some crazy shit last time I checked.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just producing out the ass. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's interesting. Let us know in the comments. Would you have watched The Hunt for Ben Solo? I think
Yeah.
Soderbergh and Adam Driver actually would have convinced me to give it a shot.
But yeah,
But
man. I mean, and did you sign the petition? I'd love to know that. It's
yeah, I'm gonna sign it after this.
yeah, man. Star Wars is just so it just feels like it's right there how to get it obvious. It's so obvious what the best Battlefront game is. It's so obvious what the best I mean, they did well with the Jedi Survivor and uh, Jedi Fallen Order, but
I couldn't get into those ones personally, but I could see why people liked them.
yeah, I never played Survivor. I got a little bit through Fallen Order, but looks pretty. It's cool. I'm a Force Unleashed guy, man. I loved those games. Did you play
Oh
those?
yeah, I played the first one a little bit. I think I had it on the Wii or something
Oh,
like that. Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
whatever
for
that
sure.
was.
Man,
But
those are classic.
yeah, no, it's a shame. Battlefront 2 was a good game, but the whole microtransaction controversy just killed it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I
those
don't know. You think
corrections
you
are
think you think Star Wars makes a comeback?
yes, 100%. They have to hand it off to the art tours and stuff like that because like the amount of I mean, the writing's on the wall right there where you see like the Steven Soderbergh X fucking Adam Driver, like great package, great idea. Why would you say no to that? But then it's like, what happened to that Ryan Johnson trilogy that like got canceled and then it's back? What happened to the Taika Waititi one? What happened to like half these things that all these
They're
big
making
name
the
directors?
is it the Starfighter or whatever it's called, the Ryan Gosling one? That one's
Oh
being
yeah,
filmed.
that
I'm
one's
excited
good.
for that because of Ryan Gosling. I'll see whatever he
Sure.
does.
I mean,
Um,
we need more Andors as well. I mean, it's great that like someone's getting it right and there is love for that. But
yeah, I think I don't know, man. I do think there's such a thing as like irreversible damage, though, and
mm,
I think Disney has done irreversible damage to that franchise. It's like going, okay, we have this magic potion, but we only have so much of it, so use it sparingly, and they just fucking dumped it out. Like they just
that's interesting. I mean, what do you think would have happened then if if we had a perfect Star Wars follow-up trilogy, let's say they nailed it, and like 7, 8, and 9 are like close to masterpieces and loved, and it's just good. Is that a bad thing? Because then it creates the scenario of don't touch it again. You don't do it again. It's perfect. Don't fuck it up. Or is it a good thing that it was less than perfect to create other opportunities to try and get it right? And yeah, it's quantity over quality, but would we have had an Andor? We probably would have in this market. But would we have had an Andor if it was perfect and there was this like guardrails of don't fuck it up? Because it was such a journey to get 7, 8, and 9 done after the prequels. I mean, what do you think? Is there a right and wrong answer to that?
I mean, I think the problem is that when you spend that much money to acquire the rights to like an IP, there's this pressure to make it worth it right away, right? I mean, same thing
Mm.
kind of happened with Amazon and Lord of the Rings. They Rings of Power, like I don't see anybody talking about it, but people still talk about the original Lord of the Rings trilogy all the time. I mean,
So true.
our podcast is called The Fellowship of the Script.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting idea. Is what is an auteur director like Soderbergh's take on Lord of the Rings? What does his spinoff look like? Or what is I don't know, Chris Nolan's that's not gonna happen, but like, Chris Nolan Lord of the Rings
I mean,
spinoff is
Christopher
cool
Nolan
as
did the
fuck.
Batman trilogy, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark Knight Rises not so much, but I mean, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Still, Dark Knight Rises holds up. I was quoting it the other day. I was like trying to like
What'd you say? I was born in the dark.
I
I was
was
born in the
trying
darkness.
I was giving a
You're like in the bathroom
motivational
with the light off.
I was telling it to myself. No, I was telling somebody like a motivational speech about like I was like, do you remember the Dark Knight Rises? Yeah. Do you remember what happened and how he got out of that pit? No. Well, you do remember the rope and how people had to like attach the thing and climb out? Yeah. And you know what Bruce Wayne did? No. He said fuck the rope. You need to say fuck the rope. And you just need to jump and get out of there and you'll be and it was like, oh
This is how Ben
yeah.
has pep talks with himself.
Yeah. It sounded like I was talking down to somebody, but like,
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
know.
thought you said this was something you said to yourself.
Not to myself. Oh, no, 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 no. I was telling this to somebody else. But like,
Okay, good.
I mean, I guess internally I do be telling myself sometimes, but I don't know. I think I like that rope element, even if it's a little cheesy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think the box office this year has really started to show that this whole idea that these studios can bet big on these IPs and just print money no matter what is starting to not prove as sound as it used to be. I mean, Marvel, Star Wars. I mean, we haven't had a. When's the last time? When did the last Star Wars movie come out? Was that Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
What was that, like 5 years ago?
Oh my God. Yeah. 2019, I thought, or 2020,
Yeah, I mean,
2019.
hopefully they turn it around. I mean, we got that Mandalorian Grogu movie coming out. You know.
Dude, that's wild. That's so wild to think about.
Anyways, I think we should wrap this up. So
Yeah.
this was kind of a depressing episode in the second half. Sorry for that. You know, Call
I
of Duty and Taylor Sheridan though.
Yeah, that's cool. I do want to ask you this though, like if we can make it quick. What do you think is the what do you think is the ideal modern movie star? Because there's obviously been a death of a movie star, but I was in an interesting conversation earlier where someone was saying like we don't have an Eddie Murphy. We don't have a guy who is like sort of a circus acty kind of person that's just like or like a Jim Carrey that's like funny in everything. And when he said that, I was like, but there's just no way we don't have that. I think we do. It's just relocated
do
to
you
TikTok.
do you know? Well, this is my theory. Do you know why we don't have like an Eddie Murphy or a new Jim Carrey or any of that stuff? It's because back in the day, comedians, they had like three paths. They could be on something like SNL, they could get on a sitcom, or they could go be in like comedy films, and then in turn they could sell out, they could sell out their venues and do stand up. And podcasting and social media has allowed them to just kind of bypass all of that. So they don't have to rely on those avenues. And then, comedy is one of those things that in the last, 15 years, being politically correct has essentially ruined what you're allowed to think is funny now, And so
Hmm. That's interesting. But do you think social media is like the right way for them to
no,
go, or is it just like a
it's a catch 22 situation, because now in order to market a movie, you have to do social media, you have to go do things. Whereas, what made movie stars this elusive thing was that you didn't really know much about them. You only saw them on red carpets. You only saw them doing press for the movie, here and there. But now you see them all over the place. It's freaking Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro goofing around on TikTok now. Like this.
yeah?
There's no mystique to it anymore. There's no intrigue to like not really knowing what they're like. You only see them in movies.
That's interesting. Okay, I guess because I had this take that is a little like maybe is take the Rizzler for example. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like dwell on this for too long, but like take the Rizzler for example, where you put him in all these like public scenarios, like weird commercials. Like I don't know if he's done a Doritos commercial, but like something like that, or he's throwing the first pitch at a baseball game. He's doing several cameos in AAA sports and all that shit. Why don't you give him acting classes and make him like there's already a version of like camera training that he's getting, but like if you were to do like a hangout comedy movie, like some old style Eddie Murphy thing, but you put the Rizzler in that situation, it's just give him a character. What if there was a funny kid who was in this weird situation at school starring the Rizzler? And I think that's a layup already, because of not the Rizzler and his falling, but because the Rizzler and his own persona is just this cinematic element. And you kind of got that too, where it's just cinematic and fun to watch and easy to like continuously consume. Like Eddie Murphy, it's like it's got that move. You don't know how to define it, but it's that movie magic kind of face. Or like when people say the camera loves you, which I know you've been told. I mean, I'm sure the Rizzler has too. It's like, is that are they just not making the movies and not come up with those ideas, or like pushing them, or
I think Hollywood has been keeping the door closed for as long as they can to stuff like that. Um,
yeah?
it's taken specific kinds of directors like Eli Roth to put like Addison Rae in that Thanksgiving slasher movie and things like that. Um,
But
I don't know.
what is Addison Rae? I mean, you don't. The
She's an
Rizzler is like
influencer. I mean,
right,
I would
but the
say at
Rizzler,
one point she was as big of a name as like the Rizzler. If anything, I think the Rizzler is not as well known. I mean, I think if you went up to some old guy in the street and you're like, "Who's the Rizzler?" He'd be like, "I don't know, some goofy internet thing. Leave me alone."
sure. I mean,
But he knows who Leonardo DiCaprio is.
that's true. I guess my thing is I'm more attached to like the face and the actual persona themselves rather than the actual following or like the influencer element, where it's like you take out the following of Addison Rae, it's just, no offense, just another girl. But the Rizzler is like not just another kid. He's got that face that no one else can steal. He's got the Riz face, and he's just got the expressions. Like you can't clone a Jim Carrey. You can't just say, "Oh, Jim Carrey dropped out. Let's just find the next best thing." Like your
Okay,
movie's
I think the
fundamentally
fact that
different.
you're comparing the Rizzler to Jim Carrey is blasphemy.
It's all right.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, how old is the Rizzler? This kid's like 10.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Why doesn't somebody put him in a movie?
I don't know, man. I think they should. I think they should.
I don't know, but I mean, I think the idea of what a movie star used to be doesn't exist anymore.
For sure.
Even the people that
Yeah.
are like, the last movie stars, they can't even. Leonardo DiCaprio can't even get one battle after another to be, financially successful anymore. To be fair, that was a very expensive movie though.
Yeah,
Um,
and they'll
but
make it
still,
somehow.
Um,
Anyway, sorry for that detour.
no, no, no. I think it's good to have these conversations. It's I don't know, man. I mean, one last thing. I'll keep it very quick. I think and this might sound kind of corny to say, but I think we are in unprecedented times when it comes to how fast social media and the entertainment industry as a whole is changing right now. Like, I mean, I'm over here having meetings with my manager about, the like YouTube implementing AI and how like that's just totally fucking up the algorithm right now for everyone. All the big creators are saying that the YouTube golden age is over. You know,
That's so
everything is
sad.
changing right in front of us right now. And I would like to think that, 5 years from now, things kind of settle and then we're in this new version of how everything works. But with how fast things are changing, I don't know if it ever stops changing anymore. I think we're at that point where things are just changing so rapidly that there is never going to be a normal again. I think it's really kind of eerie to say it this way, but I think 2020 when the pandemic hit, that was like the end of things as we know it. Not just, because lockdown and all that, but it just everything changed. Technology, what people find acceptable to do for work
Yeah,
changed, like I mean, when I got the mortgage for my house, like they were the conversation was interesting. They're like, we never done one of these for like a social media influencer. This is new for us, but I guess we better learn because it's getting more common, right? And it's just like, yeah, this is the new norm.
it's insane.
It's weird, man. I don't know where it's headed, but all I know is that the same thing rings true for you and I as it always has. That you just keep putting your head down and working on the stuff that matters to you, and
Do it while you can, I guess. Sad to say, but
I like to think that we're headed in a direction where if somebody with $5,000 can make a blockbuster looking movie with AI and CGI, then people are going to want to see, and they're going to want to see and value movies that use real practical effects where people actually got together and did that, and it's not just somebody put a prompt into an AI model and just spit out this thing that, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same thing I did, but with your own take on it and what you
yeah,
think is better.
yeah,
It's almost like when the playing field is equal for us and the studios, then like that, it's a lose-lose situation, I think. I hope that people are gonna want to see real things that are made by real people, you know. But only time will tell.
agreed, man. I'm
I'm
worried
still
about
gonna
it.
make my movie next year. That's
Hell
all
yeah,
I know.
yeah. I'll still make my game, I hope, or games. But yeah, it's wild. I wonder if the idea of like fame and stuff will still be like a thing. It's
I
like,
as somebody who is on, I'm on famous birthdays and the famous people and all those websites, right? Like I've never stopped and thought about like what fame is and like what it means to me and like, what the levels of fame are, but I mean, I think, Tom Cruise, someone like Joe Rogan, like if you can go up to somebody on the street, it doesn't matter if it's an old lady or an 8-year old, and you go, "Hey, do you know who Joe Rogan is?" And they're both gonna say yes. Like I think that's fame. Like I mean, even the 8-year old would be like, "No, I don't know who Tom Cruise is, but I've heard my parents say that name before." Like they've heard it. You know, I don't think you can say something like that about the Rizzler or the what do you even call the is it the Big AJ
yeah,
and
Big
Big
AJ and
Justice?
Big
Yeah,
Justice.
that's what they go by. I mean, they
Love those guys.
I still see them pop up every once in a while, and I'm like, man, what are they doing? Why aren't they making a movie?
Totally could. Oh god, it'd be so
Can
good.
you
They'd
imagine
be
like the
great
title popping
together.
up? We bring the boom.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they have that look. It's just this the eyebrows and the eyelashes, and it's just there's a reason why this like genuine video of "We're Costco guys" went so mega viral, and it's not because like they're funny. Well, it's because it's kind of funny, but really it's because
It's
like
cringe.
yeah, and why is it cringe? It's like the voices and stuff, but really it's like the way they're looking at you, like the eyes, and it's something.
I mean, as somebody who's gone viral for being cringe, I think there's just something about watching something and going, that is so goofy and ridiculous, but they're
Yeah,
like, they're so committed to it.
yeah,
Like it's
it's
just
true.
I don't know. And like I mean, you can see like, people try to recreate stuff like that and it just you can't fabricate it, It doesn't happen on purpose, you know? It's like we talked about studios are going to be trying to replicate the chicken jockey thing, but they don't understand why the chicken jockey thing worked,
Oh man,
you know?
yeah. Oh god.
Anyways, what's one cool thing that happened since the last episode?
Let's see. I got a good meeting lined up for one of the projects I'm working on. That's exciting. Hopefully going to be doing a in-person meeting for that with a director to attach, hopefully. That's exciting. I saw Urchin, Harris Dickinson's first feature. It was fine. It's a
I
little
don't
out there.
I don't know who that is, but
He's the guy. He was the opposite of Nicole Kidman in Baby Girl. He was the
oh,
guy. Yeah.
okay,
He just came out with his directorial debut. He's played Can. He was also in Triangle of Sadness. He was
right.
Iron Claw.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I know who you're talking about. I just I
yeah,
didn't know you made a movie.
yeah, and he's John Lennon in the upcoming Beatles
That's
biopic. So
right,
he's
dude. That is gonna be crazy.
yeah,
They're gonna release like, are they releasing them all at the same time?
think so. Something ridiculous, like weeks apart, or just some experimental release strategy, which I'm excited to see.
Yeah,
But
no, I mean,
man,
trying new things is, I hope to see more of that. It's better than seeing another freaking Marvel movie.
yeah. Um,
No offense
I'm
to
moving.
Marvel.
I can't really
Yeah,
think of one cool thing.
is
That's
that what you're
basically
looking
it.
forward to? You're moving
I am looking forward to finishing
to
my
being done
shit
with that.
and
Yeah,
getting
moving
like
sucks.
the new setup done and having it. I'm gonna do a whole new RGB setup. I'm gonna really try to like take advantage of starting from scratch in a room. Um,
Nice.
yeah. What about you?
I finished the second draft of Around Midnight, so you will see
Excellent.
that in the next day or two. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah.
it is 86 and a half pages, so it got longer than it was, but it's still a pretty lean script, I guess. But it feels like having gotten it to where it is. I'm like, yeah, no, this feels like a movie with like some meat to it. It doesn't feel
Excellent.
like it doesn't feel like I just played things safe, you know. But it's quiet, it's subtle, it's moody. I think it's funny at times. It's heartfelt. It's a lot of things, but it's for a horror movie, I definitely would say like it's got a spooky vibe to it. Don't be expecting like jump scares and stuff. It's not like that. I'm definitely going against the norm. I feel like a lot of content creators who have made the jump to filmmaking in the last couple of years, they've always been trying to be like as unnerving or as scary as they possibly can, and that's just I don't know. That just doesn't appeal to me. I'm like I want to do the opposite. I want it to like make you cry,
Yeah.
like feel bad for the characters or like
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
good.
Yeah,
I saw a weird ad today for Keeper from Neon where it was like teasing
yeah.
like the new Osgood Perkins movie, and it was just this clip that was just like the classic like really grimy like super sharp dark colors image of this girl bloody and then just eating something unclear just like, and it looked like shit, and everyone in the comments was like, oh god, this is disgusting, is she eating shit? and some people be like, this is going to be so scary. This is great. And I was just like, God, if she is eating shit and that's the clip you're posting, like, are you clip farming of like, look how far we went. We have this scary girl eating shit. Osgood Perkins, keeper, Neon, coming soon. And it's just like, what? So I admire what you're saying about being fucking tasteful and like all that.
No, and that's probably some of the nicest feedback that I think I got about Hunters was that it was tastefully done, is what people have
Cool.
said.
Well,
I'm really excited
yeah,
to
it's
see
tasteful,
how.
but you I don't want to spoil nothing.
I mean, I still had fun with it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't chop a leg off necessarily.
Yeah. I didn't go full Pollo Loco, but
He went pollo, or maybe, I don't know.
maybe a little loco.
Yeah.
They have no idea what we're talking about.
Sorry, I'm just making inside jokes.
Coming soon to a film festival near you.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm really happy with how the poster came out. Like, it's very moody.
Yeah. Super cool.
I'm really into moody stuff. If the listeners haven't found out at this point, I don't know. I've always liked moody films. The vibes that you get from them. But one thing I'm looking forward to, I guess, getting feedback on the script. There's a couple of movies coming out this week. I'm looking forward to seeing some more movies. We did some behind the scenes content with Flicks Brewhouse. So I've been posting that,
cool.
yeah. And it was funny because like we went back in the kitchen and Cody, the kitchen manager, is just like on his lunch break, and we're like, hey, can I ask you some questions? Yeah, sure. It's just like eating fruit salad. I'm like, let me ask you about how you cook burgers. But no, it was really cool. To get a behind the scenes look. I got some more content to post with that. But next episode, I've still, this is not confirmed, but I'm gonna be reaching out to James Davini. I think that's how you say his last name. He's one of the twin brothers that does the Raiders of the Lost podcast, which is another great movie podcast. They do a lot of good movie news stuff. But he has a short film coming out called One Click that he was kind enough to share with me and let me see. So I'll reach out to him, and Ben and I will have to nail down a date, because we have to like pick a date and stick to the time to have a guest. But yeah, maybe we'll have our first guest episode next. We'll be talking about how somebody made a short film that's coming out on November 16th. That could be really cool. If not, we'll figure out something else, but I'm hoping that'll work out. I think that'd be really cool. And I think he would be down, But yeah, until the next episode, thank you to our co-producer, Tyler Moen, and our associate producers, Andrew Gieberd. I wonder if I said it right this time. That was another guess. That's like the third different way I've said it. Let us know, Andrew. Love Andrew. He's the nicest guy I ever met. And then Daniel Woolsey, aka Tommy Slays, our other associate producer. Thank you guys for supporting the podcast another month through Patreon and making this podcast possible. Appreciate the support. But yeah, that's it for this one. Kind of a weird episode.
I have one thing I want to ask.
Okay.
I want to hear your thoughts on Bugonia if you want to talk about it.
You should see it first.
Okay.
Yeah, go see it first, and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, we'll save it for like our top 10 movies of the year video. That'll probably be like a 2-hour episode.
Oh God, dude, I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Maybe we should do top 5.
Okay.
Or do you think we should do a top 10? It would be such a long episode.
10 is easy. I feel like if we just get through it, like if we just have like a pre-written,
we have like a timer. All right, it's
yo,
like
that's funny.
You start playing music, like, all right, wrap it up.
Do that. We should do that actually.
Or it's like in every second you go over the timer is $1 donated to charity or something.
Oh my God, I just don't shut up about Lurker or some shit. I don't know.
Which is also good. You guys should check out Lurker. But as always, I'm Derek Bowder.
I'm Ben Escobar. And
And this is the Fellowship of the Script. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again soon for the next episode. Until then, keep creating, keep pushing, and keep telling stories that matter. And fuck AI, as Guillermo del Toro says
he said that? Nice. Okay.
several times.
Wow.